That's what. Be Mike for the ball.
It's final first round action on streaming board 1. We've seen some last leg drama in our last 2 matches. Callum Rydz and John O'Shea.
25.
Just Rydz advancing through, awaits the winner of this match.
25.
Danny Van Tripe got through against Ryan Meikle, 6 legs to 5. The most impressive performance on this stream today was from the Australian Damon Heta, put in a real good performance against Thibaut Tricol. Capped it off with a 170. And who will complete the quartet in round 2? Mike De Decker has won the ball, and these are the two. You have 2 games that features no seeded players, and this is the final one. And De Decker to get us off and running for a place against who you'd have to say, Rod, are very fortunate in the end, Callum Rydz.
Yeah, I think so, yeah. I mean, it really was extraordinary, was it, the way John O'Shea made a complete mess of taking out 25 for the match, missing big numbers twice, and Rydz, who had put his darts down on the table and mentally conceded defeat, was able to pick them back up again and pick himself up back again and win the match. Yeah. So, you often say, Mark, that you need a bit of luck. Well, he had a lot of luck there, and maybe he can use it to his full advantage later on in the day here in Barnsley and keep going through. And if he does go deep into the tournament, I'm sure he'll remember the opening match that he won.
You often see that, a little sort of surviving round 1, which Jamie Hughes, prime example, in one of our first Pro Tour of the year. He was being outplayed at times against Joe Cullen, but hung on in the first leg, then goes on to make the final. And he just, first round is about surviving, and then we've seen seeds fall, draws can open up. Brilliant setup from Mike De Decker. I like what I see from this gentleman in the last sort of 18 months. There's been a real improvement in his play.
98.
And he's teed up this first leg brilliantly here.
Game shot.
Gets the job done, and one of many Belgians on tour at the minute. There's been an influx. I think there's about 9 on the tour. He lost out to a fellow Belgian. Well, a winner on tour here, Kim Huybrechts in the UK Open last week, 10 legs to 8. There's a real feel-good factor in that country at the minute. Dimitri van den Berg obviously helping with his
60. Premier
League campaign, being in the World Championship semi-final. It's a country on the up in this sport.
Yeah, most definitely, and that's
85.
Often the way that darts can develop in a country, or any sport for that matter, Mark, isn't it? If they have a high-profile flag bearer, Van den Berg has become that with his run in the World Championship, hasn't he?
41.
And, good performance in the Premier League. Kim Huybrechts, who we've seen over many, many years, but back in the winner's circle in 2023, which is good to see as well. So, every chance that other young dartists in Belgium will fancy a crack of becoming the next Van den Berg or Huybrechts, and the game will develop, or the sport will develop in Belgium even more.
Yeah, Mike Decker, nicknamed the real deal. Is he the real deal? He's
57.
Lost out to Mensur Suljovic in the World Championships. He had a real good World Championships the year before. He lost to Dave Chisnell 3-0, but that wasn't the story of the game. He kind of just lost the key legs, and it sounded like he was well beaten, but he competed in that match, and in the leg before it, he withstood a 9 darts from Labanowski, so he's really matured as a player.
140.
Mike De Decker.
Well, the nickname is quite interesting, the real deal. Now, I remember when, I think it was late last year, that Ross Smith was looking for a new nickname, and somebody said, why isn't he the real deal? Because he's from Deal, isn't he, the place in Kent, Ross? So I'm not sure if there's an ongoing trade in nicknames, Mark, if he could, purchase the nickname off Mike or trade it for something, trade it for some ranking points perhaps, I'm not sure, but, you can't have 2 players with the same nickname, can you? We had that problem at one point with Colin Osborne and Simon Whitlock, both called the Wizard, and one of them had to drop it. It was Colin Osborne who dropped it, wasn't he? He became Aussie.
Graham Usher.
That's good.
Graham Usher levels up.
Graham Usher.
On that left side of the board, well, right side of the board, we spoke about quite frequently today. Left-handers comfortable on that double 10. Ryan Meikle earlier, Graham Usher there.
58.
We've got a bit of a clash with Louis Williams and Richie Burnett, both the Prince of Wales at the minute, haven't they, better? I think after last week, Richie Burnett sort of
40.
That fantastic run in the UK Open, saying he's the only Prince of Wales. But
well, yes, and who can argue with Richie?
I don't think many would.
But,
140.
I mean, Louis had that nickname, didn't he? When it seemed, and I'm ashamed to even utter these words, Mark, it seemed that Richie was kind of on the way out, but boy, has he come back.
Yeah, he has. He's done really well. Got in the Worlds, that quarter-final last week, and on his way to keeping his tour card. That's the plan this year. Graham Usher, who's just got his tour card, and he's making inroads here.
81.
He does not hang around with the delivery of the dart either, does he?
No, he's no nonsense player, Usher. Just likes to get on with it. Nothing too flash.
Yes, in
85.
some ways he's more of a rusher than an usher, isn't he? As he speedily delivers the dart. And there they go for double 10 for Graham.
30.
He'll be disappointed he's missed inside. He'd rather missed on the outside. Explosive leg from Usher. He's got to navigate his way through this double 5 for a 2-1 lead. And he does. And a breaker throw early. And after losing the first leg quite comfortably, it's been all Graham Usher in the last couple. Real good leg from Graham Usher. Some second round action getting underway now. Gary Anderson just getting underway against Jan van Veen. Luke Humphries is flying through the draw. He's 5-1 up on Josie Justicia. Menzies, who beat Cullen, is 5-2 up on Jeroen van der Velde. He could be going to round 3.
140. $60.
Yeah, Mike the Decker. Had some steady-ish runs. He got to the last 32 once this year on tour.
64.
He's been steady without being spectacular. As we said, he lost out to Kim Huybrechts after beating Ryan Joyce last week in the UK Open.
95.
Was in a bit of trouble early here.
40. 59.
Needs another one. Gets another one. Good darts from De Decker.
$60.
Oh, could we be heading into back-to-back breaks? A couple of treble 19s to be his first. There's the first one. He'd expect to hit a second one. Can't quite find it.
92.
Well, should be back for that 72, all things being equal.
40.
And, well, Usher went treble 20 off 128 when most players would have gone treble 18. It doesn't matter now, does it? Because De Decker is levelled in any regard. It's 2 apiece, and now he's got the throw. As Mark said, back-to-back breaks of throw here. To get from 1-all to 2-all.
Yes.
134.
Good leg from De Decker. I think it's particularly back at the back end. Still very composed.
60.
Usher, who played an European tour last week, the Baltic Sea Darts Open, well, a couple of weeks ago that was. He had a victory over Ryan Joyce before losing to Gedwin Price, but in debut year, if you can get in a few of them as well, for Usher, it's his first year. If you can make a debut at the end of the year from Ali Pally, he's ticking a big box there, aren't you, Rod, in terms of retaining your tour card as well.
Massive, yeah, absolutely.
96.
But here now in the 5th leg of the match, Mike De Decker resuming control.
41.
Yeah, real control as well. You just be thinking, you go there, yeah, 11, 19, whatever you want.
99.
Settle for that. Sensible play from De Decker. And he's done well after the 3rd leg when Usher broke his throw quite convincingly, really. But now, to move back in front, good finishing from De Decker. Doesn't give you a lot, Mike De Decker, does he, emotion-wise? It's just, let's get on with it. Very serious guy. Rarely cracks a smile, but he's all business. And he's halfway to the second round.
3-2, 13 dart leg there in the 5th leg of the match.
99.
Mentioned
108.
the influx of players from Belgium as Usher fires in a max. Mario van der Bohard are just getting underway in round 2. Mentioned Dimitri van den Berg. He is next on this stream. He takes on Richard Veenstra.
45.
Confirmed first two players into the last 32. Luke Humphries has finished the job over Justicia. Cameron Menzies, average almost 107. He's through 6-2 over Jeroen van der Velde.
$71 left. 119.
Well worked out and well hit too, to leave 32 double 16 to level up again. So this match was level at 1-all, it was level at 2-all, and in a dart or two it should be level at 3-all.
I'll hold that thought. I get there in the end.
Stick with me, Mark.
Yeah. What was I thinking, questioning the great Rod Studd? 3 apiece, and our last two matches on the stream have gone all the way.
99.
It's got a feeling this one could go there. There's not a great deal to separate them. Obviously not in the score line.
60.
And the averages, well, they're fairly in favour of the Decker. Been at a couple of decent back-to-back legs, but that was a good leg from Usher.
140.
Usher, who lost out to Ricky Evans in the UK Open last week in the last 90. He won 2 games to get there, actually.
96.
Losing out to Evans. Evans is currently 5-4 up on Jeff Smith. We're getting to sort of the back end of the first round match now. 4 more second round places to be confirmed. 1 here. Sedlacek 5-2 up on Payne. That Evans result scoreline I told you about. Killington is 5-4 up on the Welshman Callum Goffin.
140.
Decent switch from the Decker. Evans, Sedlacek both finished the jobs. They're into round 2. Luke Woodhouse, the conqueror of Michael van Gerwen, as De Decker makes it 4-3. It's 2 apiece for Scott Waits. But comfortable. The finishing's been really good for Mike De Decker.
95.
Well, there you are.
Say really good. Perfect. 4 from 4.
Not much sure how much better it could get than that, Mark, to be honest.
57.
I wonder if he hit a 9 dad with like a smile map.
94.
We saw that in the Premier League, didn't we? Nathan Aspinall, 6 out of 6 in his first win in the Premier League, and then the next match he missed his first 9, I think, a double against Michael Smith. So
100.
Nothing lasts forever. Can De Decker have the perfect game in terms of double hitting here against Graham Usher? He's 2 doubles away from doing so.
For De Decker, it's just about finishing the job and trousering that £750. It's a big first round incentive, isn't it? For 1 win on the Pro Tour. And a crack at Callum Ridds for the winner. And De Decker find a treble, he can't.
60.
Yeah, and raised eyebrows. Usher hit this double to his last leg, hits it again to level us up at 4 apiece. 8 legs played. There's been a couple of breaks, but we are level. De Decker has the advantage of throwing first.
97.
And no player has led by more than 1 leg in this match.
Similar to the last match with O'Shea and Ridds, and all the drama kind of happened from 4 apiece onwards, didn't it, in the last match?
Yeah, and lots of drama happened in the final 2 or 3 visits to the board.
57.
Well, here, De Decker led 1-0, Usher led 2-1, De Decker led 3-2 and 4-3. But every time one of the players has gone in front by a leg, the opponent has won the next leg to level up. Lovely darts to leave a finish. But I'm not sure he'll be too worried about taking out the 167. He knows he'll have more than 1 turn to the board for it.
Yeah, if this first dart goes in the treble, you may just see the second one follow. I'd expect it just to follow. There's no need. Brilliant leg from Mike De Decker. All he's got to do is take care of his own throw, and so far, so good.
Yeah, 13 dart
45.
leg on offer here to the Belgian. First dart he's missed at a double, and it's followed by a second and a third.
Well, that's the time to miss him, Rod, if you're going to miss. And your opponent's on 2-3-1, you've got a bit of time.
Not a bad time to miss, isn't it? Especially when you know, as you say,
85.
that you're going to get another 3. At least another 3. And he doesn't need another 3. 1 will do. And Mike De Decker leads again at 5-4.
85.
Can he wrap it up at the first time of asking here in leg 10, or will he need to go all the way to leg 11 where he will have the throw?
100.
Will it be a third consecutive match where we've had the deciding leg? And in both those matches, the losing players had a chance
45.
to win. But that's an opening for De Decker, and only a visit of 45 for Usher. And look at the deflection from Mike De Decker. Anderson and Van Veen in the second round's a real tussle, 4 apiece. Anderson averaging 100, Van Veen close to 104.
$40. $100.
Two treble visit needed for De Decker. There's one of them. There's 2 of them. He's going to get a shot for the match. It's a big ask. But if Usher doesn't lay this up,
100.
good last start.
Yeah, that last start could be crucial. Double double. Double top is what he wanted.
97.
In the end, 2 singles is what he got to leave tops. Double 16 for a level game.
Game shot.
Well, last start in hand, crucial.
He's won his last 3 legs on throw on double 16, Graham Usher, but that was a biggie. Relief. And De Decker was waiting for the chance, but for the 3rd consecutive match, it's our last remaining first round match, we go to a deciding leg.
59.
And no treble for Mike De Decker.
58.
And there we see
56.
Mike De Decker simply kept that gap in the averages, but he hasn't managed to hammer home the advantage to get himself a comfortable cushion. And he hasn't managed to find a treble in this deciding leg. There's the first one for De Decker. Can he follow?
Can he follow? Well, he can follow, and he can follow and follow, because the 180 well now gives him control, but it's still pretty much knife-edge stuff in this final leg. Last leg decided, but De Decker now, courtesy of 5 consecutive treble 20s,
138.
has really got a vice-like grip on proceedings.
No big trebles in the first 6 darts for De Decker, then 5 in the next 6, and this to end the thriller. 16 maybe. Tops for a place in the second round.
48.
So Usher with an outside chance, 147.
Well, Mike De Decker hit his first 4 darts at a double in this match. He's been a bit ropey since then, but he hits that double 10, and that really is all that matters, because Mike De Decker in the end gets home in a last leg shootout against Graham Usher. He wins by 6 legs to 5.